once again, I've recorded the video, but I recorded it wrong. I recorded it in portrait mode. Anyways, this is, I don't know who this is anymore. This is Nicole Zadok. I am Nicole Zadok, and this is the Both Side of the Coin podcast. My podcast. It's really weird when you do a video again, because I'm like, do I repeat myself, or I'm going to let it flow like as naturally as possible, but because you didn't see it before, I need to stop talking as if like you've seen it before. This is the first time you're seeing it, or the fourth time, because this is episode 4. So I really wanted to dedicate this episode to, also welcome back. I don't know when the last time I posted this. I probably could look it up because I'm looking right in front of me, but this is episode 4. And something that's been really on my mind has been, well, partially because I also got done watching a YouTube video, or not YouTube video, a TikTok on this thing that I was thinking of. What was it? Oh, it was the fear of being perceived. And I think we actually all kind of fall to this a bit somehow. Like, I can just talk about from my experience. Like, just being like concerned that, you know, like I've gotten old enough to get to a point where I say I don't care. And there's a part of me that doesn't care as much as I did when I was like early 20s, because now I'm in my later half of my 20s. I'm 27 now. But man, like, just speaking from experience, what I'm dealing with in my day job is like, I can't correct the way that I'm viewed. And I accept a lot of things. Like, I feel like I'm pretty objective in accepting my faults, and there's certain things I'm willing to change, and I brought it up to other people, and I was like, wait a second. Like, one of my bosses is like really coming after my personality. Like, it's either like people really like me or they really don't like me. And then again, and like, I'm like, you can't control how people perceive you, but I'm still being like, I'm afraid of being perceived. And that's one of the things that we like halt some of our wanting to share videos. Like, not everybody, like, I don't want to be an influencer. Like, that's not it. I've been told by a few people that I should start a podcast and they get value from what I say. And like, I do better when I do like one-on-ones with people. Like, for example, like I went to the meditation center this morning. In East Nashville, that I really, really enjoy going to. And in this meditation, we were sitting there, one of the practitioners I really enjoy seeing, and like he's usually there on Fridays, but of course, like just randomly he was there on a Sunday, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. I was like, I got to see him again. That's cool. And the meditation was on, it's somewhat synchronistic, because like I was thinking about, I was watching a video of Neville Goddard, which if you follow like manifestation and stuff, which I don't really know how I feel about manifestation anymore. I don't really try to impose my will so much anymore. Maybe that's what happens when you turn 27, that you start going, I was about to say, fuck it. Let the cards fall. Like, I'm still showing up for myself, but I'm like I'm not so hell-bent on trying to win somebody back, or, you know, even with my career right now, I'm like, what direction do I really feel called in? That's gonna be like, I feel like I'm just fishing right now, because I'm a musician, and like I feel like I'm really just throwing the lines out and being like, okay, whatever bait gets caught here. But it was in the meditation, it was just being in arriving, like you've arrived, like not having to be like, you don't have to book a trip to go somewhere and feel peace. You can just arrive there now, and peace isn't something you wait on. And like, and I've had this belief too, because I was just like, well, dang, like, how do I accept this moment for what it is? I mean, Neville Goddard's a little different, because it was like, his stuff is more on like living in the end, which is kind of nice when you have a place you want to go, you know, or like, you know, believing in a reality that you can actually, like, believing that reality that you want is existing now anyways. But But in this meditation, I got a little like, I was like, why am I struggling with this? Because I was like, oh, because I don't want to be in where I'm at now. But I've always felt that way, you know? And like, I don't want to spend so much time looking back, like wasting so much time, you know? I don't know if I should go down that path right now, but mostly I'm just going to go into like that fear of being perceived. Maybe it's a good reminder to not give a, you know? Like, I'm at to pull up that quote again. I had it on my computer. I'm sitting in front of my computer right now because I'm planning on working on some music and licensing, making sure my licenses are in order. Because I have a song coming out on Tuesday, which who knows if this is going to come out on Tuesday, but if it's past, July 29th, then my song's out. And then I should have another song out, hopefully a month later. That'd be nice. If I could rate the damn lyrics. What's the quote? Your perception. Oh, it's from Seneca? Oh, no, it's not from Seneca. There's another quote. No man is more unhappy than who he never faces, let's try that one more time. No man is more unhappy than who he never faces adversity. Than he who never faces adversity, for he's not permitted to prove himself. That's a good quote. We like that. I'm not going to dive into it, but you just suck on that for a bit. But no, this quote that I found, I found it back on a Reddit page. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. This is good because I get to break it down again. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. And that's the thing I was talking about, was that I don't, and like really thinking about, is that the majority of us are not willing to look in the mirror. I'm not necessarily either, but there's a part of me that likes to be challenged. Like I was telling my therapist, I was like, I like it when I feel, initially I said intimidated, but I was like, no. She was like, when you're challenged. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the better word. Or conducive to a relationship. But I was like, I like that, but I also have a hard time with that because it's laced in shame and having to forgive yourself. And a lot of times we try to avoid that, you know, we create this whole, I am this way. And then, you know, some people buy into your lies, like you buy into your own lies, but at the end of the day, it's not necessarily like a judgment day kind of thing. It's just like, how real can you be with yourself? You know? I know there are things I need to change about me, and it takes time to do that. But also too, I was like, the problems that I'm having at my work, it's become too personal. Like even my mom was like, why is this so deep? And I was like, I don't know. To me, it's way too deep. While everybody's, but this happens at work sometimes too. And then I was just like, well, this is a good exercise, because if I continue to go down a point of like notoriety in music, I'm going to have to really not care what people think about me. And that's also why I created this, because I was like, I need to have some sort of say in what I say before I lose some control of that. I won't lose total control, but I will, every time I move the desk, the thing moves. But at least I'm it's in landscape now. I actually don't know if I'm centered in the video. I hope I am. It might this way or that way. But, like what do I do with that fear of being perceived? Like, kind of just keep at it, you know? There's certain things where I can like control my temperament and stuff. But other than that, it's just like, just be yourself, you know? Don't be what you think other people want you to be, because that's not yourself. And like most people who are really criticizing you don't like themselves. They put themselves in their own boundaries. It's like they build their own little castle and moat and shit, and they're like, this is my whole world. Meanwhile, the whole world is happening on the outside of whatever world comfort you've created. And it's kind of similar to, well, not necessarily, I don't want to make it this much of this point, but like kind of reminds me of like, you can package water and sell it at the gas station for like what, $2 now, which is kind of insane when you think about it, but like that's where we're at. I could find a water fountain that's free, but then I can also go to like, a show and get a bottle of water or get water for like $5. And then I go to like the airport and the same water is like $8-10. You can't be too, you have to remember what environment you're in, and should you really take in consideration of these people's opinions when you wouldn't really follow what there's going on in their life? Not in a judgmental way, but like, I don't know, like, this is what I want to leave you with is why should I care about that, Like, to what extent do I have to care about things? Here, I'm going to show you my little cortado. I can't believe I'm still not done with it. I need to be done with it. It's getting later in the day. You know me and the caffeine, right? And by later in the day, it's only afternoon. But the Sunday scaries are starting to really hit me. But with the caffeine, not that great. Paired it up with some saffron. I went over to my herbal store after going to the meditation center. I think I'll do because I took a microdose. You can guess what I'm saying, but I took that and everything just got a little overwhelming. Maybe that's why I cried a little bit during meditation. I was like, I don't like to be where I am, and like overthinking it a lot. But I'm privileged in the fact that like after what happened, losing my other job, that I make more money now. And things have a way of working out, even if I don't feel like it right now. I also kind of feel like I've built more tougher skin, even if I feel more sensitive, because what's that Alan Watts quote? Hold on, we can look it up together. Because at the end of the day, I am the producer of this. There's no other producer, it's just me. I looked up YouTube. Force a habit. I tell people that I don't watch like TV, or Netflix or anything, but I'm a YouTube fiend. Alan Watts. La 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 la. Oh, there it is. One of my favorite quotes that I can't remember right now. Alan Watts explores the paradox relationship between pleasure and pain. Pleasure and pain suggests that increased sensitivity to one's Increased sensitivity to one necessitates increased sensitivity to other. That's not the quote I was looking for. There it is. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. So although I'm definitely feeling a lot of more moments where I'm like feeling the peace, but not achieving it. It's just the moments I allow myself to just arrive. I have to remember that I'm going to be more sensitive to pain. And it's not a bad thing. I have this one tattoo. It says, okay. And on that note, stop giving up about being perceived, because it really, as I'm realizing right now as I'm saying it, it's really not in my control. It's really not. So let go of that control and be kind to yourself. Bye-bye. I didn't pause it. There we go.